So you know, I've been in different rooms.
Okay, hold up. You said day 26.
Yeah.
Were you ever around them when they were around Diddy?
Yes.
Can you give me like one of the stories that you heard? And I was upset with 50 Cent and Lil Wayne because they said something about dark-skinned women. And so I spoke up for my sisters. I'm like, bro, you got a dark-skinned daughter. Like, you know, it just pissed me off. And we gotta get rid of this colorism. What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Torrei Hart here with another episode of Brutally Honest with Torrei Hart. And today, I'm super excited to welcome my guests, okay? We got some spicy Latinos.
Dale. Okay. Let's go.
Did I say that right? Okay. All right, listen, we got Cristina, an international Nova in the building from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta.
Yes,
Make some noise.
Yes.
Okay, wait, first of all, where'd y'all meet?
So we actually met at a red carpet event. One of my songs got placed on a TV show. And
what song? Come on.
It's called Dale.
Dale, can you give me a little snippet of Dale?
Man, it's just Dale. It's for me to describe Dale and to do something about it, it's really hip-hop meets reggaeton meets Afro meets international Nova. You know, I try to be me at all times.
Okay.
But one of my photographer friends brought my wife, and he's like, yo, I got this Dominican girl you got to meet. She's from New York, too. And when I seen her, I'm like, oh, she's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Coming to find out, we were both dressed in the same outfits. We both had black, purple, and gold on. And we met. We kind of kicked it off. We became friends instantly. A few months down the line, I shot my shot, and we're here now.
It took you a few months to shoot your shot?
Yeah. I wasn't, I'm really, when I'm focused and I'm working,
Okay.
I'm all about my music and what I'm doing. And really, I was just focused on my music at the time and just kind of getting things moving. I was new to Atlanta. I was trying to figure things out. My wife was, freshly off a divorce. And she was trying to figure her life out as well. You know what I mean? I was just being a friend. And one day I just shot my shot.
Just a friend?
And they say he's just a friend.
No, but wait.
I don't believe that.
The other story. I like the other story better. He said he thought he had no chance for me, so he said.
I mean, that's what I was thinking. Like,
I like that story. I was like, wait a minute, what
That's
happened to that? Because it's like period, but okay,
Right.
Yeah. So now we have two stories. Okay.
I mean, it's a mixture.
truth.
It's a mixture of both, I guess.
I guess it's a mixture of both.
I
bet you it is. I bet you it is. Yeah, because he wasn't swine me. Like I was freshly, outside, and I was just trying to do the real estate. And basically, we did have a common friend, which was, our celebrity friend, Justin, celebrity photographer. He's like, yeah, come with me, girl. And I was just trying to sell real estate within that room.
Okay.
So I was kind of like just a fallback, But as he's introducing me to some of the other people that he knows, I mean, my husband's publicist. So she's like, oh, yeah, I'm over here with my client, the Puerto Rican Poppy, International Nova. And she's like, have you ever heard of him? I was like, no, but, I really don't be outside like that.
Right.
But when I was like, yeah, but show me, So she showed me the page. But when she showed me his Instagram page, right there, I seen a Dominican flag.
Yeah.
Right.
I was like, what?
He's
I was
not Puerto Rican.
Bruh, you are not. He's Dominican and I'm Dominican.
Okay.
So I thought that was super cool because, like he said, there's not a lot of like Dominican, individuals, within that celebrity space here in Atlanta.
Yeah.
So I just thought it was super cool, and she was cool. I happen to like her because for the most part, I don't like females like that.
Don't lie.
You feel me?
Why? Why you don't like females?
Because I haven't had good experience with females. If they was nice, then I might be willing and open to liking them. But I just have not had good experience.
So are
with
they
females.
just always hating on you? What is it?
I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I mean, it just has not been favorable. But that's been since I've been born, That starts off with my sisters. They used to hide my dresses. We got it together now.
Were you the cute sister and your sisters were the
I
ugly
think they all
ducklings?
cute. I think they're cute in their own way. I don't know. Females.
Because I'm a female that's all for, females and just empowering, uplifting. You know what I mean?
So I'm for that too, but I'm still going to say it how it is. I never said I was the problem. I said they were the they were
don't get it twisted. I say that too,
I love them all day.
I'm just trying to, figure out, like, your sister, that's your sisters.
My
so
sister.
I can understand people outside your sisters, but your sisters is like, what's going on, sis?
Oh, no, they good. I mean, we good. We working on it. It's just, I guess, from most people, like, sisters just being sisters, like, I mean, usually it's family rivalry. I mean, that's biblically,
Right. That is biblical.
Yeah, it's usually,
Cain and Abel.
But at the end of the day, doesn't that mature you into who you are the day of tomorrow?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you could look at it, with some, discernment and wisdom, there's not a problem there, because you understand at the end of the day, that environment helped me to grow into the woman that I am. Yep. And you feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, some of it is trauma, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But the other part is healing, and it's made me who I am today. It's made me strong. So at the end of the day, that's a lot of estrogen. You know, we were like 5. We had one brother. So,
And how many sisters?
It is what it is. 5. We're 5.
Wait, 5 sisters?
Yeah,
One
we're 5 sisters. Yeah, what does my husband
so y'all like the Kardashians, the Dominican version.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's what I call them.
Exactly.
Oh, you call them the Kardashians, the Dominican version?
Kardashian Lopez,
Okay.
Yeah, he does. That's
Okay.
exactly what he calls us.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so now moving forward, like, you guys met how you're in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Okay, so he shot his shot 5 months later.
Something like that, actually. Yeah,
Okay.
I used to call him. I used to call him all the time to get advice. Is what it was. Like, when we met, like he said, we were wearing the same colors. We were both from the Dominican Republic.
Right.
And, we were both from New York. And then we were in the same. I was like, yo, bruh. Like, if you would have took a picture, we took a video that day, and it looked like we were, like, already a couple.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, you were like. And,
the funny thing is, the picture that we did take that day became our wedding invitation.
Yeah.
Oh, we have to post a picture of the wedding invitation.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Okay. And was it a big wedding? Was it?
So it was actually, we thought it was a small wedding. It was intimate.
Small. Okay.
But it went crazy, man. It went viral. We were on People magazine.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. They voted it one of the top celebrity weddings of 23.
Why wasn't I invited?
I don't know.
I didn't know you.
He said he knew you. Like, he had met you before.
Oh, you had met me before y'all got married?
Yeah.
So why wasn't I invited?
Good question. I don't know.
I don't know, sis.
I don't know.
I don't know,
like,
sis.
because, bitch, I didn't know you
don't
like
take
that.
it out on me, though.
No,
I'm not saying don't like that.
We
It's not
wanted
my
to
fault.
keep it small. Actually, a lot of our family wasn't even there. We wanted to keep it small and intimate.
Okay.
And we went on our honeymoon the next day to Puerto Rico, and we're on the plane about to take off, and my phone starts going crazy.
Right,
and it's People magazine, there's all these different networks. My publicist at the time, well, actually, I had fired my publicist, and she started hitting me that morning like, hey, hire me back. Things is moving.
Right.
And it just kind of went crazy, you know what I mean? But I think I feel like it's been like that since I've met my wife. It's craziness after craziness, great craziness.
Right.
Some not so great.
Craziness nonetheless, though.
Okay. So let me ask you this.
It's crazy.
You said you're crazy?
No, well, I mean, define normal. If normal is what we see today, I'd rather be crazy. I'm just gonna be honest. So, like, I don't know.
No, I mean, if
I'm me, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm me. Whatever people want to put the label on it, I'm just authentically me.
Right. Okay. So, do y'all have kids together?
Yes. So my wife actually had 3 kids before she met me.
Okay.
And we have one son together who just turned 2. Prince, he's amazing. That kid is a star. But yeah, we have a blended family, 4 kids. Oldest is 22.
Okay.
The youngest is 2. He just turned 2.
Wait, you got a 22-year-old?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm not telling my age unless you're telling your age.
I mean,
listen. Don't go there.
I'm gonna tell my age. Okay, I'm gonna be brutally honest. You just said it.
Come on, man.
You just what?
Okay,
fine. Listen, I'm 46, and I don't care. Because I take care of myself. It is what it is. We all gotta get old. We.
No, but I have no problem with my age and stuff. But then they're gonna think I'm okay. I'm 40. I just turned 40. I'm very proud of my. I look amazing for 40 years old.
Now, how old are you?
I'm 40 as well.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. Who's older though?
Technically, I am actually.
Oh, damn!
I
thought you was a cougar like
Yeah.
No. That's what I'm saying.
Wait, a cougar like you. How old is your partner?
He's 43.
Oh, okay. So
but I've dated men that are like 20 years younger.
But that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
You got 1 year age. He's still younger because technically, that's like,
Yeah.
we talk about that later. say everything. You feel me?
Right.
Yeah, he younger. He
Yeah.
younger. Yeah, how young mine is. So okay, we'll talk about that. That's another episode.
Because you don't look 40 and you don't look 40.
Everybody says that.
Yeah, y'all look great.
Yeah. It's funny because I grew the beard, or a little bit of a beard, because I wanted to look older. You know what I mean? I was tired of people thinking I'm in my 20s still.
What's the hair?
What's the hair?
It's the hair.
The hair?
That's why they still think you 20.
Oh, yeah. Well,
yeah. You got twisties.
Yeah, I've always had long hair.
Okay.
I mean? Sometimes I cut it off, grow it back, cut it off and grow it back.
Right.
But the actual beard, I had to grow a beard because everybody thought I was like 15, 16, 20, like, you know, my teenage years. And I got tired of saying, nah, I'm a lot older than that. So I kind of grew the beard out a little bit, and yeah.
Just who cares? Because listen, if you look like you're a young guy, just keep it going.
Amen.
Right.
Amen.
But it
Amen.
is,
as long as you don't act
hair.
like one.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, as long as you don't act like one, bro.
Okay.
That's like, yo, get somebody else to do it. You
Right.
feel me?
Okay, so Nova, you've been in the game for a minute, right?
Yeah.
Working with some of the biggest artists, okay? So what was your I made it moment?
For me personally, working with the Outlaws.
Okay.
You know, I was a huge Tupac fan. And then, you know, me growing up in the industry, I was 15, 14 years old in the studio with some legends back in New York.
Who? Can you give us the name?
Terror Squad, you know,
come on.
the original Terror Squad.
Okay.
Tony Sunshine, who's like my brother, my mentor.
Right.
Cuban Link, those guys. You know, Mr. Cheeks, the Lost Boys. You know, I'm really close to some of the members of Day 26. So, you know, I've been in different rooms.
Okay, hold up. You said Day 26.
Yeah.
They just did a whole viral interview.
I seen that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have
I've
you
been around
seen
Diddy as well. Yeah.
the whole viral interview talking about how Diddy abused them?
Yeah.
Were you ever around them when they were around Diddy?
Yes. So actually, I was around not only Day 26, Danny DeCane as well. I was dating somebody who was best friends with Aubrey from Danny DeCane.
Okay.
So I was around, you know, the whole team a lot at that time. So I had heard some stories. I've never seen things with my own eyes.
Okay.
You know, and
can you give me like one of the stories that you heard?
Just kind of, honestly, some of the things that's out in the press right now. You know what I mean?
What would that be?
I'm just not. One thing about me, I don't. If I'm not there, I can't co-sign.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I just heard some of the same stories, some of the parties, the old white parties, what goes on after the parties. You know, I think that it's a not so secret in the industry for the last 15, 20 years. You know, and me growing up in the industry, me being from New York, me being around some of those rooms and working with some of those legends, I've been around some of those things. I've heard some of those stories.
Right.
You know, but I mean, again, I didn't see it with my own eyes. I can't say this is what happened. I will say that's a lot of baby oil. I don't know what's being used.
Oh my gosh!
But
it is a lot of baby oil.
You know, I think that a lot of things happen and go on in this industry that a lot of people don't know about, unfortunately.
Okay, what have you ever in the industry? Because you said you've been in it since you were 15.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So have you experienced anything in this industry that made you be like, I don't know if I'm supposed to be doing this?
Not personally. I've heard stories. You know, I mean, I've heard some real crazy, you know, some religion-based things, some black magic-based stuff. I heard some of the craziness. I've never seen it with my own eyes, though. Again, I've never.
Why do you think they never came for you?
I don't think I was big enough, to be honest. I think that, you know, maybe you have to be at a certain level. I was around some real street people. Like, you know what I mean? My brother and his team and those guys were real street people. So I think that you kind of know who you can do those things around.
Okay.
You know, I think that who I associated with at the time wouldn't allow some of those things to happen to me. But I think that maybe I just wasn't at that level yet either. Because I think a lot of those parties, a lot of those invites, even the Epsteins, a lot of those things, right?
You said the what?
The Epsteins.
Oh, okay.
To Epstein.
Yeah.
I think a lot of those parties that those people were at were really big people in the industry.
But not everybody. Everybody can't be big at these parties. Like they have to, because here's the thing. I've met some people who have told me, and I've been to a lot of parties, and you know, like I wasn't invited to the third and fourth party outside of the party. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I have met a lot of people who has basically told me, you know, what went down. I mean, there's one young lady who I'm probably going to have on the show. She said that she was one of the women that was laid out on a tray at an all-white party, and they would come by and grab her and, you know, do different things.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So,
wow, that's crazy.
but I'm,
Wow.
so you would think that they would sometimes prey on people who are not as big because those people want to get into the industry.
I could see that. I mean, I could definitely see that. I think again for me, I just wasn't in those situations.
Right.
I think because of who I came into this business with.
Who did you come into the business with?
Again, as far as being around the Terror Squad,
Terror
and those
Squad,
guys,
okay,
and
right.
my brother and his team, I don't think that my people would allow those things to happen.
Okay.
And unfortunately, some of these people who went through some of those things, like that young lady,
Yeah.
maybe she didn't have people around her that were protecting her. You know what I mean? Or that would
Right.
protect her, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So I think for me and my experience, I've never seen that. I've heard the stories.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you guys have seen some of the interviews that Aubrey O'Day has done about Diddy and has been saying about Diddy for years, I heard some of those stories way back when.
Okay.
So I think that there's definitely some type of truth to it. What the actual truth is, I'm not too sure.
I agree because my kids go to school with Diddy's children.
Yeah.
And I've been invited to a few Diddy parties. Never had anything happen to me. I've seen him as a PTA father, so that's the side of him that I did get to witness outside of going to a few parties.
Yeah.
And then also, I don't agree with what happened with Cassie at all.
Yeah.
That did make me be like, come on, bro, I didn't know you would do something like that. But outside of that, with my own two eyes, I haven't seen anything.
Yeah.
So I can definitely understand.
Now, I was around Diddy a couple times. And
Okay.
the few times that I was around Diddy, it was cool.
Right.
He was
right.
the Diddy, the bad boy, the
He just wants people to have a good time.
Exactly.
He's
That's
always
the
like,
Diddy I was
let's
around.
right, have a turn up, have a good time. That's what I know.
Yeah.
And welcoming and loving and saying let's have a good time.
Yeah, that's the Diddy I knew and I had been around those few times.
Right.
This other side that's coming out now, unfortunately, I've never been around that.
But what's really coming out, if you think about it? I mean, the beating part.
Yes.
Okay.
But a lot of these sexual allegations that are out there, right?
They're allegations.
Exactly.
Right.
But we all know how the press works and how social media works.
Right.
If there's a rumor before it's proven to be true,
right.
it becomes true in the world of social media. So a lot of these things that's out in the media right now, again, I've heard some of those stories for a long time.
Right.
Never actually witnessed it. But everybody can't be saying or can't be lying.
Right.
They all have the same type of story. So who knows?
Okay. Okay. So what about the Jay-Z allegations? What do you think?
That's crazy. I don't know. Again, there's no proof to that, right? Everybody has or can say an allegation against somebody else.
Right.
Unfortunately, right? Nowadays, we all have social media. We all have phones. We all have Instagram, TikTok. I can go on social media and say, hey, Torrei Hart just did this to me.
We should do a test.
No, we should not do a test.
We should see. No. Because you're right. No. I did this before, right? So I took a picture with this guy, and I told him, I was like, yo, we about to go viral. I told my gay friend, I was like, come on, let's take a picture. And we got undercover, took a picture, and I was like, watch what happens. And of course, the Shade Room picked it up.
Wow.
And was like, Torrei Hart dating such and such. And clearly, you could look at him and tell he's gay, right? But I said, this is just how things can happen. So you're right, when somebody can just pick up a phone and be like, today I'm feeling like getting somebody in trouble. So when you are in the public spotlight, you do have to be cautious about that kind of thing.
And I think that's kind of the problem with what's happening with Diddy right now. A lot of that stuff might have happened.
Right.
And then some of these other lawsuits may have not happened. You know what I mean?
Right.
So now you kind of got some real stuff mixed in with a lot of BS, and you can't tell what's truth.
Right. Right.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Okay. So let me ask you this. Do you go to the studio with him often when he's in the studio?
We usually go together.
Okay.
Have you seen the last episode of Love and Hip Hop?
I had not, because I don't really watch television
that's something
much.
that gets asked on the show, and you kind of see how it plays out.
You stop playing.
Okay,
Don't watch Love and Hip Hop.
me
Y'all can't give it out. You can't give it out. You gotta
Okay,
have to
wait.
go
Okay,
watch it.
so what can you give me?
Go ahead, baby.
So I think that first of all, we are the first Latino couple to be on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta.
Okay.
So I think
Congratulations.
that's huge
Yeah.
for our Latino people, the Latin culture. As far as what happens with us, I think that one is we're very transparent. My wife is very transparent as well, and we don't sugarcoat things. We're from New York. We don't really BS too much. So one thing about us on the show is that you actually get the reality of a brand new couple, brand new married couple, a blended family trying to figure it out.
Right.
You know what I mean? My wife has never been in the industry before.
Never.
It's her first time dating an entertainer, let alone marrying one. You know?
Okay.
I went from being a bachelor and being out in these streets to now having a full-fledged family, having kids.
Right.
So you kind of get to see all that. We're trying to figure it out, just like everybody else is. Only thing is, we have a camera recording us, and you guys are watching.
What made y'all decide to do reality TV?
We kept getting approached to do different reality shows. We got approached to do our own show. We got approached to do another really big show. And funny thing is, in the process of working that out, we got a call that said, hey, things are going great with this, but you might actually fit better here because of the music aspect.
Right.
And we're like, sure, go ahead and submit us. And very next day, we got a call, hey, they want you guys, they want to have a meeting.
Oh.
And that was Love and Hip Hop Atlanta.
I mean, that's because you're beautiful.
Yes, she is.
And you're handsome.
Thank you.
And then I've noticed there is quite a height difference.
No, it's the heels. We're the same height.
My heels.
Oh, it's the heels?
Yeah, we're the same height.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but
I'm short, but it's the heels.
Wait, no, because you sure it's just the heels?
No, we're the same height,
Yeah. You want to see?
Yeah, can
Clara, you want me to take it off?
No.
But y'all can get my feet.
But it's...
No, because I'm not going to discredit him either. Like, it is the heels.
It is the heels.
We're the same height.
No, but some people like short kings, so it's okay. So
no, I mean,
you know what's funny? Is that when we first got together, she didn't want to wear heels because she didn't want to, you know what I'm saying, when we were in public.
Right, okay.
He doesn't care.
I'm good,
Like,
I'm comfortable being me. I don't have to be nobody but Nova. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think my wife is beautiful and she's gorgeous.
Yeah.
And you want to wear some shoes, go ahead and wear some shoes.
I just can't walk in them. So for the most part, and just in case, to avoid, like, because maybe
Torrei said I'm short.
Better received.
Not that. How tall are you?
I am short. I like to say I'm 5'8". I don't know what I am though.
You're 5'7".
About 5'7".
Yeah, don't play yourself. That's average height.
It's okay. Not. Listen, here's the thing. I'm 5'2". I didn't know I was short until somebody told me, because when you have a big personality, you walk around like, what, little, short? What are you talking about?
I'm like 6'4" in my head, but
Me too.
Yeah.
So I get it.
All his friends are like really, like, he has no issues with it. All his friends are like 6'1", 6'2", so you would think that no, he would like, bruh, like, he don't care about that.
He stand on business.
You have to.
Right.
But no, I'm very comfortable being me.
Okay.
And I'm very comfortable with my wife being her, and whatever that is that day, that's my wife. I'm good with that.
Okay. So the rain is coming down. I don't know why, because when we start getting...
Wait, where are you from, sir?
I'm from Philly.
Makes
but
sense.
I live in LA. Eagles!
Makes sense, okay.
Bird Gang! Super Bowl champs. That's right.
Period.
Yeah.
She did that.
Listen,
she did that.
I was lit.
Get it.
I was lit.
I don't get it yet as far as the game, but I got your back. Let's go.
Okay,
Eagles.
Let's go.
I got your back. Let's go.
Let's go. Okay, listen, y'all.
Yeah.
Before we close out, okay? Because first of all, I want to have y'all back. That's number one. Number two, I'm coming to the house.
You already know I got you.
You can. We're gonna bring the cameras to the house. We're gonna bring it. Okay. I know they don't love the hip hop.
And we're gonna bring some bougie too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely gonna take that bougie.
We're gonna have some bougie behavior. Bring the bougie. Okay. So here's another thing that I want to talk about, right? Because there's a division.
Okay.
Among and let me be very. I don't want to be careful with my words, but I want to talk about it.
Okay.
There's a division among Spanish people and black people.
Yeah.
And I don't understand the division. I don't understand the divide. I don't understand why I live in LA. I don't understand why the Mexicans want to beef with the blacks.
Yeah.
Okay, wherever else in the world, because like I was telling you before I married my ex-husband, I dated a Puerto Rican man.
Yeah.
I was very close to his mother.
Yeah.
Okay, who was a Puerto Rican woman who used to cook for me. That's
Cook,
why I want you to come. And I loved it. We bonded over cooking.
Yeah.
She taught me things that I didn't know before.
Yeah.
So I don't understand in this world right now why there is a division among Latinos and black people, and what we can do to stop the division.
Yeah.
Because I think if, we understand and come together, because you see everything that's happening right now.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Latino people that voted for Trump.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and we got a lot of stuff going on as far as our community, as far as like immigration, I have a sister right now, which technically she has to renew her visa, and technically the attorney already sent it in, but for some reason it hasn't hit the immigration office. And we're praying with my sister every day. She is not funny. Yeah. She's very scared. I mean, we're praying over it. She's crying. She's fearful because, the way that they treat, ICE. I know that we were joking around earlier, but the way that they treat you is she could be here with her papers. The attorney sent in her papers to the immigration office. But if they stop her today, all they see is that it hasn't been renewed, even though the office has all her documentation. So you are getting locked up. Yep. And that's very hard because, her youngest daughter is pregnant right now. She is, a single woman. She has to provide. She has one of her kids who are still in high school. So, we have too much conflict, between the Latino and, the Black community, which we are. I don't know why we still to this day allow us to be called the minority, and why we even say that, because technically we're the majority.
Right.
Brutally honest, let's talk about it.
We are the majority.
We are the majority. Right. And at the same time, this country is built on our backs.
Yeah.
We are the 80% of the population, the middle class, so we really need to come together. Most of the people that are successful, they actually collaborate. The problem that we have between the Black and the Latinos is that we're still fighting each other, because that's what we came from. We came from fight. You ain't got no papers. You get to the United States, you got to fight to make it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We are set up with higher interest rates. We're set up with less education. You go to the Black communities, you have, liquor stores, you have things. We are product of our environments. We are told that we are ugly. And that's within the Black and the Latino community. So unless it takes people of us that God gave us a platform to actually be able to open up about it, so we could actually make a difference. But at the end of the day, it's all a lie. We are all God's sons and daughters. I mean, it's really what that is about.
Right.
We are all God's children, and until we get that lesson, God is just going to keep giving the lesson. And there goes that.
You know what's crazy, though?
Go ahead.
So I have a take on that, too, because I come from, I'm born and raised in New York City.
Right.
Like I was telling your team earlier, I come from a place where the Latinos, the Blacks, the Asians, whatever it is, it's a melting pot. It's everything.
Right.
We're all from the hood. We all grew up in the same buildings. But I also come from a different perspective. My mom is Dominican. My dad is of African Black descent, right? So I come from both communities. Mm-hmm. I grew up in the hood. I grew up in the projects. So I come from that community, which is that of the Black and brown community, who we don't have money. We don't have the best paying jobs. Mm-hmm. We don't have good credit. So we're fighting for every little bit of air that we have, right? Every little bit of opportunity that we have. And I think it's something that is perpetuated by the government and those in power to continue to make us fight us. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. In reality, right? When I moved to Georgia, I had never been called the N-word by a person of white or other ethnicities, right?
So you're saying you first got called the N-word when you moved to Georgia?
Yo, he did.
I moved to Georgia. My first day here, so I moved to Dallas, Georgia. As I was telling the guys earlier, don't ever move to Dallas, Georgia.
Yeah, okay, I never even heard of it.
I've never experienced open racism till I moved to Dallas, Georgia.
Okay.
I got called spick. I got called the N-word. I got called everything under the sun. I almost killed somebody my first day here, right?
Crazy.
And for me, it was so crazy because, first of all, I come from the hood. I come from nothing. So if my own people can treat me a certain way, why am I going to let somebody else treat me something different?
Right.
And it just showed me that, again, it's the South. There's always been racism, right? Always been very openly in the South. And then once Trump took office, it became even more evident. They wasn't hiding it anymore, unfortunately. Now, for our culture, we all come from the same slave ships. The same slave ships that went through Africa went through the Caribbean as well, right? So I'm really big on understanding our culture and our history and where we come from, understanding the Afro-Latino, you know what I mean? Understanding that, hey, our ancestors all came from the same ships, unfortunately. Right? But we still treat each other like we're not the same people. And that's crazy to me.
Well, not all, because the Mexicans,
not all, but a lot. Even between Latino and Latino.
Yeah, there's beef. Because they're
and I think that we as a community, the black and brown community, because we are the same community. You know what I mean?
We are.
To me, we are the same community. We come from the same people.
That's so sad.
We have to learn how to uplift each other and chill with the crabs in the barrel syndrome.
Yeah.
We're all taught from being this big that, hey, just because you got a chance to make it, I can't make it. You winning doesn't stop my wife from winning.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Me winning doesn't stop your husband from winning.
Right.
Because
you're going to win regardless.
We all go, and
if it's in your destiny, you're going to win.
And there's money to go around for everybody.
Right.
God is for you.
I've always been one to uplift my people, uplift my Latin brothers, my black brothers, my white brothers, whoever it is, because for me, we are all one. We're all human at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Until them aliens get here, we all we got. You know what I'm saying?
They're already here.
I think we got to figure this out, and I think that our community has to figure this out because we are destroying and killing ourselves for no reason.
You got Amara La Negra, like Amara La Negra. She is from Love and Hip Hop, Miami.
Yeah.
So Amara La Negra, she is Dominican, like my husband and myself. And then you have, what was the other girl's name?
Oh,
I forgot.
Flo. So that's a big thing that's going on right now.
Yeah.
With Love and Hip Hop Miami. It was a scene that they shot that brought up colorism.
Yeah.
Brought up racism. The crazy part about it is that Amara's Dominican, Flo is Haitian. That's the same island.
Flo, her name is
Flo.
We're the same island.
We all come from the same island. Haiti and DR is the same island.
Same island.
It's separated by a fence.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
So they're sitting here on a public platform right now as women of two Caribbean women that technically share the same island.
Yep.
Actually, I will stand up more towards the Haitian side on, the Haitians didn't sell out. The Dominican Republic, for whatever, decided to, they got split, they got split. But, they're fighting each other. We're technically from the same island. We can walk to each other. One island speaks Spanish, the other island speaks Creole. Within our Dominican, Haitian, you see all colors. That's another misconception. We come in white, yellow, black, but you go to Africa as well. There are Africans that are light skin colored with blue eyes. Like, we literally come all colors. And the problem is that...
Well, the problem is colorism.
Yes.
The problem is, and this is where the issue comes in, right?
There you go.
Okay, so even though, you are still from the DR, right?
Mm-hmm.
I could possibly be from the DR too, but the issue is that there are a lot of darker skinned women that are still fighting to be seen, to be heard, because we are not of a lighter complexion. And then, I can only speak for my journey. I can't speak for your journey.
Claro.
But you might feel like, you get discriminated against because of your color.
Yeah,
right?
Because you meet a lot of individuals that, have had a hard time because they were of darker skin, because we're not going to deny that they haven't. You get me?
Well, I'm glad you're not, because there's a lot of people that still deny it to this day.
But it wasn't us. That comes from all the way back from slavery, where the light skin, went as and they, went in the house or whatever. But that just means I would have been dead. A light one, I would have just been dead, because that's not happening.
Right.
But so you see what I'm saying? But the thing is that now the real issue is that then you have corporate America, right? That's where I'll take it back to. Well, my husband also said, and you said, people in power that see the division, that see that we're willing to fight against each other, And then what they do is, since we're all so strong, we could battle each other for years. They'll sit here and play on it. It takes individuals to have a certain platforms to be like, no matter what, I'm going to love on my sister, and I'm going to love on my sister on this platform, and I'm going to teach people to love no matter how hard it is, because I have a higher purpose.
Right. You know, I had posted a post a couple of years ago, and I was upset with 50 Cent and Lil Wayne because they said something about dark-skinned women. And so I spoke up for my sisters, my dark-skinned sisters. Yeah, I spoke up, and it went viral. And
what was it sad? Do you mind me asking?
You know, here's another thing about me. I don't remember everything. I just, I don't.
I remember there was something going on with that a couple years ago.
But I just sat there and I was like, bro, you got a dark-skinned daughter. Like, you know, it just pissed me off. And I had to speak on it. And, you know, and I was just like, to uplift. And so many women came out and like, thank you for just speaking up for me. But it's all about, it's that, number one is the Willie Lynch mentality. Okay, we got to get rid of the Willie Lynch mentality. And we got to get rid of this colorism. And it's not just...
Colorism. Yo, that is the thing.
We got to get rid of colorism.
I mean...
Okay?
I think it all starts with each one of us. I think that there's a Tupac quote that I live by. I might not change the world, but I can spark the brain that does.
Right, right.
And I feel like that's really important. I can't tell you what to do, but I'm going to do what I'm going to do.
Right.
And hopefully by me acting and teaching others a certain type of life and way of living, hopefully you guys can spread that. And it helps out. Even if it's just a little bit, it helps out.
Yeah, 100.
I love that, Tori.
Yeah. So can we spark it?
Yeah.
Can we start the spark?
Absolutely.
Okay.
We're going to send you everybody in here. We're going to discipline their butts.
Oh, you making me a principal now?
I was going to say discipline her eyes, but I didn't want y'all to edit it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yes. No, because we were talking about, you know, something in the back. And I figured Tori, she's big on discipline.
I would love
prevention.
Like I'm big on unity.
Amen.
I'm big on love. I'm big on uplifting. So if I can do that and bring different cultures, I'm also big on bringing people together. As we are the human race.
Amen.
You know, and I'm tired of feeling like everything needs to be divided. Okay, because that's an issue in itself, and I don't have time to get on that right now because we're way over. But I'm coming to the house and we going to talk.
Right. We got you. We got you a little song. You know, we got you. We got you, Mom.
Okay, I'm coming.
You.
All right.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Novas.
Thank you so much.
Give it up, yes.
Much love.
Much love to Terry for having us as well.
And I'm Torrei Hart, and this is Brutally Honest with Torrei Hart. If you want to tell the people where they can find you.
Well, definitely tune into this season of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. We are the first Latino couple on the show. You can also find us on social media at International Nova, Cristina Nova. And, you know, follow us for the ride and see what happens in our house.
Dale.
Girl, you knew that. Girl, you knew that. Girl, you knew that. Girl, you better read his gangster lean. Pay attention to everything. Walk around town